Okay, hello everyone. This is Gail. Like a flower falling off here. I'm gonna fix that in a little while. Anyway, this is my first video, and I'm not used to talking through making my soap, but I'm gonna be doing that today. In here I have all of my oils. I have all of my oils and butters. Everything is melted down. I make cold process at room temperature. That's what we're going to be doing today. As I start, I'm going to be making a little bit of noise with the stick blender. So I'm making Amazing Grace. I'm going to do it in a little bit of pink, a little bit of brown, and some blue. And I actually should have left my colors out. This is more of an aqua blue, hoping it will go with my flowers. These are pre-made, and this is what I'll be using on top. Anyway, let me go ahead and get started, and we'll make this a short video. I did want to announce that I will be offering classes in the spring. Okay, let's go here. Well, let's go. We got to plug it in before we can go. Praise the Lord. Okay. All right. We're good. In making soap, I could have showed the first part of it. All of it has to be, all of your oils and butters have to be measured out. I measure in ounces, not grams myself. Measured on a scale, and it has to be very precise. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and mix my oils. Then I'm going to be pouring in my lye. Kind of tell you that as I go. Alright, my oils were pretty much mixed. Not only are the oils in here, but I've already placed it, the kaolin clay is in here already. If I was adding heavy cream or if I was adding honey, it would be added in now. And at this point, I'm going to add the lye. Get every little bit of it. As I said, the measures should be pretty much right on if you want your soap to turn out good. The measuring is probably the most important part of it. Chuck is selling down at the church today. They're having it's supposed to be citywide event, but today was quite a rainy day, and that's the forecast, so I don't know. All right, so I'm going to mix the lye in, and this is at the point where what I'm looking for as I stick blend, which will only be for a few minutes because I make a decorator soap, so I need the batter to be fluid for me to work with it. So I'm going to make a little bit more noise here, guys. Sorry about that. See how I hope you can see in the camera. If I have it set right, you can see where the oils are blending in with the lye. It's actually making soap right now. It's a quick process. You see, it's almost at trace, which is where you can see, if you can see that, it's where you can see when you pick up your blender and your batter drips back in there, you can see the trace of it, okay? There's a can't really go into all the details, but there's a thick trace, a thin, and a medium type trace. So right now I'm going to add this to my colors. I don't want my colors, I don't want to add the titanium dioxide, the white, to my batter here before I get my colors. I do want my colors to be a little on the bright side, and the white will tone it down way too much. Whoops. Okay. Put a little bit of my batter in here and mix my titanium dioxide, which is my white color from my batter, or color from my soap. And I probably didn't mix it as good as I should. Okay, so we're just going to beat that up, or blend that up, beat that up. Getting it more white than it was. It's yellow from the oils and butters. And I want it white like that. Okay, then I'm going to mix my colors. I'm actually going to mix my colors before I add the fragrance. So many times the fragrance will cause the fragrance a lot of times will cause my soap batter to accelerate. Some of this blue off here, the pink. Whoops, it's my brown. Didn't want it quite that brown either. That's okay. I'm not going to lighten it. I'm going to leave it like that. It's going to match my flowers better anyway than I had it planned, probably. I'm feeling like we need a little bit more pink than that. It's not, whoops, not quite pink enough, okay? So I'm going to add a little bit more. Must have been really, okay. What did I do with my lid? Easier if you're working with more of a batter, a larger amount of soap than I'm working with here. I'm making only one loaf of this Amazing Grace. It does sell good, but I didn't want to really make 2 loaves at this time. So all right. Now I'm going to mix my color in, and my batter is staying very fluid, which is how I want it. Whoops. I'm going to need my Now I'm not going to stick blend this in. I'm going to just mix it in. And I'll show you the best way to do that is to, whoops. Just 1 minute, I gotta have my mold. So, okay. Let's mix our fragrance in. That's the last thing I do because if I'm especially working with a floral, it's going to, a lot of times it's going to accelerate my batter and I won't be able to work with it, won't be able to get any swirls in it. Okay. All right, so we got our colors. Need to get this back and forth is the best way to do this, and I hope sometimes fragrance will cause a batter to rise. I don't know if you haven't made soap, you may not know that terminology, but if it rises, which it is a little bit, I'm going to go back and blend it just a tiny bit more to get the rising so it doesn't rise. Get it in the... Okay. This turned out quite a bit more yellow than I wanted it to. I'm just wondering, I think I'm going to go ahead and add more of the titanium dioxide to it. Try to get it more white. So the color in it turning more on the yellow side is due to the fragrance that I used. It's just the way fragrances change the texture. A lot of times they changed. And maybe we're not going to get it to a white, but and then sometimes it'll morph to a color, and as it dries, it'll go to the correct color that you really actually had intended it to be. But for today, or for right now until this dries, I'm not really going to know if this color morphed on me because of the fragrance and it's going to turn back or turn white like it should, or whoops, or whoops. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and use it and hopefully and prayerfully hope that it I know I'm probably right in your way. I apologize for that. First time I've ever done it, I don't even know how to set up my camera right. So let's all work together on this. Okay. I did want a little bit of the color in my, what did I do with it? Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of this to stick my flowers on where they should be. And I'm actually going to do that right now. So what I've done is I put it in a piping bag. I hope you can see me in the camera. What I'm doing is I'm putting my flowers that aren't set in there very well. I thought they were, but we're going to make sure they are. The blue flowers. Stick them in there a little better than they were. I don't think I'm going to pipe on the top of this today. All right. I am going to add my different colors. So hoping that this goes, it has morphed to the yellow, so hoping it does go back to my white as it should be. Just add all my colors, and then I'm going to use a wooden stick. To swirl it in today. Sometimes I use Chuck's screwdriver. It works so good to get the swirls the way that I want them. So we're going to do that for right now. We're going to use the leftovers to put in smaller molds so we don't waste any of it. It's actually, the oils and the butters it's too precious, it's too expensive to waste it. So I always try to make good use of all of it. Mind you, while I'm doing this, I have goggles on, I have gloves on to protect my eyes and to protect my skin. This has got lye in it, and okay. So now we're going to actually get the color. I'll do the cut tomorrow. Actually, you have to wait 24 hours, or sometimes you can unmold it in 18 hours. Usually don't try to do it before that. Most of the time I just try to wait the 24 hours unless there's some reason I can't or something. Okay. We're going to put the top on this. So we have the swirls. I'm not real happy with the way this color came out for the top. But I am assuming with the titanium and dioxide that I put in it that it's going to turn out fine. Just want to get every drop out of the bucket that I can. Now, if I wasn't, a lot of times what I do with the leftover soap in my different colors and stuff is I would be piping them on the top here. But that's not what I'm doing today. I'm adding flowers to it. I hope you can see okay. Like I said, this is the first time I've done this. I don't have a clue. Except I thought I set it up for the table so you could see the table. And what I'm doing, I really want to get all the soap in there as possible. Okay. All right. Now, as I said, normally I would take my colors, I would have left some on my white, Many times I would just pipe on the top of it like you would pipe on a cake, but today I had already pre-made flowers that I wanted to put on this particular soap, and so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to kind of swirl this a little bit, kind of even it out in a couple places here. Oh, this is Amazing Grace, and I'm telling you, it does smell amazing. I've sold a lot of this. This has been one of our top selling soaps. Or not top selling soaps, because my recipe is my recipe, but it is one that has been very popular. Very, very popular. And so very good. So what I'm going to do, I've got my flowers on the way I want. I'm going to add a little bit of glitter. And this is going to do it for this batch. I'll try another one. I hope you've been able to see it. Get up there a little closer, it might get out of the light. So that's it. That's Amazing Grace. Thank you for joining me. And I pray this video did work out, or did come out well. Thank you. See you next video.